Hey everybody, Miss Teacher here. We're taking a look at question number 7. The distance around Price Park is 1 4/5 miles. There are 2 benches every 3/10 of a mile. How many benches are in Price Park? Now when you get a problem like this, there's actually 2 steps involved here. It's best to model the problem. And even though if we're talking about the distance around a park, it's probably maybe a rectangle or a circle or something like that, we're just going to represent it in a linear format. And we are also going to use the 3/10 chunks because, they're talking about tenths. And what I did here is I took a tenths number line. I put 2 of them together. So once we get to this point, 10 tenths is equal to 1, and this is supposed to be 11 tenths, 12 tenths, 13 tenths, and so on until we get to 20 tenths would be equal to 2. Now, if we rethink the 1 4/5, that's the distance around the park, as tenths, first of all, this as an improper fraction, we would multiply 5 times 1 and add in the 4, and that would be equal to 9/5. Now, to model it on this number line, we would need to rethink it as tenths because that's how we're breaking it up. So if we rethink this, if we do 5 times 2, we get 10. 9 times 2, we get 18. So 18 tenths I have modeled here. Now, if we look at our groups of 3/10, so here's a group of 3/10, here's another group, here's another group. So if we just count them, let's start from the beginning and we'll count aloud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 3/10. Now, if we were to do the algorithm for that, we're really taking the value of 1 4/5, either one, it really doesn't matter, and we're finding out how many groups of 3/10 are there. So that's really division. We're taking 9/5 and we're dividing it by 3/10. And if we follow the standard algorithm for this, we keep the divide, or the dividend rather, change this to multiplication, and flip this to its reciprocal, which is 10 over 3. And then if we were going to go ahead and figure this out, 5 would go into that once, 5 would go into this twice, so we're pre-reducing right now. And then over here, 3 is a common factor, so we would divide by 3 and get 1, divide by 3 and get 3. And then if we multiply 3 times 2, we get 6. And then 1 times 1, we get 1, which equals 6. Now you can visually see that there are 6 groups of 3/10. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're not finished because it does say there are 2 benches every 3/10 of a mile. So that means there's 2 benches here, there's 2 benches here, there's 2 benches here, and so on. So the only thing left you have to do is to take this number and multiply it by 2, and whatever you get, that will be your answer for number 7. All right, good luck finishing that up.